The samurai and the knight, a real historical comparison. Two warriors stand on opposite sides of the world. One serves a lord beneath the banners of medieval Europe. The other kneels in loyalty beneath the rising sun of Japan. Both live by codes of honor. Both train for war from youth. Both are surrounded by myth. But which warrior truly lived the harsher life? Which code demanded more? And how different were the samurai and the knight when legend is stripped away? Today we compare the samurai and the medieval knight as they actually lived, not through movies or myths, but through history. The samurai and the knight are often treated as mirror images. Both wore armor, both wielded iconic weapons, both followed strict social codes, both served elite warrior classes. Yet their worlds were shaped by very different cultures, economies, and ideas of honor. To understand them, we must compare how they were trained, how they fought, how they lived, and what happened when they failed. This is not a question of who would win in a duel. This is a comparison of two warrior systems that defined their civilizations. Section 1. Training from childhood. Knights and samurai were shaped from an early age. A future knight usually began life as a page. He left home young and entered the household of a lord. He learned service, discipline, and obedience. Training focused on riding, weapon handling, hunting, and physical endurance. A samurai child also trained early, but often within his own household. Education emphasized loyalty, literacy, poetry, and martial skill. Swordsmanship was central, but so was mental discipline. Both systems demanded long preparation. The difference was focus. Knights were trained primarily for mounted warfare and battlefield command. Samurai were trained as warriors and retainers within a rigid social hierarchy. Section 2. Weapons and armor. Knights are associated with swords and lances. Samurai are associated with the katana. Both associations hide the truth. Knights used many weapons. Lances dominated cavalry charges. Swords served as sidearms. Maces, axes, and polearms were common in real combat. Samurai also used varied weapons. Bows were central early on. Spears became dominant in large battles. The sword was important but not always primary. Armor reflected environment and tactics. Knightly armor evolved into full plate designed to deflect heavy blows and resist arrows. Samurai armor emphasized flexibility and mobility with layered construction. Neither system was superior. Each was adapted to its battlefield realities. Section 3. Codes of honor. Chivalry and bushido are often treated as equivalent. They were not. Chivalry evolved over time and was never universal. It blended Christian morality, social expectation, and warrior tradition. Knights were expected to show loyalty, bravery, and restraint, yet many failed to live up to the ideal. Bushido developed later and was formalized during periods of peace. It emphasized loyalty, discipline, and acceptance of death. Dishonor could demand suicide as restoration of honor. Both codes were ideals more than realities. Warriors broke them often, yet the consequences differed. Knights who failed might lose reputation or land. Samurai who failed could lose their lives by their own hand. Section 4. Daily life. Most knights were landholders. They managed estates, collected rents, enforced justice, and trained for war. Their lives mixed administration with military duty. Samurai were retainers. They were paid stipends rather than land in many periods. Their lives revolved around service, training, and court life. Both lived under constant pressure to perform. Both were bound by hierarchy. Neither lived lives of constant battle. Most days were filled with preparation rather than combat. Section 5. War and reality. Battle shattered ideals. Knights fought in brutal conditions. Armor protected, but exhaustion and fear were constant. Capturing enemies for ransom was common. Death was not always the goal. Samurai warfare was shaped by clan loyalty and shifting alliances. Early battles emphasized individual valor. Later conflicts became mass warfare with spears and formations. Both warriors experienced violence far removed from romantic legend. Section 6. Failure and punishment. Failure defined the difference between these systems. A knight who failed his lord could be stripped of land or status. He might be imprisoned or executed, but dishonor did not demand death by tradition. A samurai who failed his lord faced far harsher expectations. Honor was personal and absolute. Failure could require ritual suicide to restore family name. This difference shaped psychology. Samurai lived with constant awareness of death as duty. Knights lived with fear of disgrace and loss. Section 7. Decline. Neither warrior class lasted forever. Knights declined as gunpowder changed warfare and centralized states replaced feudal armies. Samurai declined as Japan unified and modernized. Firearms and bureaucracy reduced the need for hereditary warriors. Both became symbols long after they ceased to dominate the battlefield. Conclusion. The samurai and the knight were not identical. They were products of their worlds. Each embodied a system of loyalty, violence, and power that shaped history. Their legends endure because they represent something deeper than war. They represent identity, duty, and the cost of honor in a dangerous world. Understanding them requires leaving myth behind and facing reality. If this comparison changed how you view medieval warriors, press like and subscribe to TorchLit History. Tell me in the comments which warrior culture you would want explored next. To see how medieval weapons shaped knightly combat, watch The Most Feared Medieval Weapons ranked next.